$200,000 in tech in 2026 is still real, but the mistake is thinking it is a normal outcome. It is not. It is a narrow lane, and the lane is getting narrower. Most people talk about 200,000 like a single number, like a salary goal, like a badge. In reality, it is a bundle: base pay, bonus, equity, and sometimes a signing bonus that never repeats. When you see $200,000, you are usually looking at compensation structure, not just salary. Here's the breakdown that matters. If your base is $150,000 to $180,000, you can reach $200,000 with bonus and equity, even in a normal company. If your base is $110,000 to $140,000, you only reach $200,000 if equity is strong, or if you are in a high-paying band, or if you landed a rare deal. And if your base is under $100,000, $200,000 is not one promotion away. It is a different market. So who actually gets it in 2026? First group: people in high-value roles where the business impact is direct and measurable. Not vague, I contribute. Real revenue, real uptime, real risk reduction. Staff-level engineers, senior engineers in core systems, platform and infrastructure. Security in serious environments. Data roles where the output is deployed, not just analyzed. AI roles tied to production systems, not toy demos. Second group: people in expensive locations or expensive markets. The same role can be $130,000 in one place and $200,000 in another, simply because the market pays differently. That is not talent, that is pricing. Third group: people with leverage, the ones who can negotiate. They have competing offers, or they have a track record the company cannot replace quickly. They can walk away, and the company knows it. Now let's talk about market demand, because this is where people get confused. Demand is not low. Demand is selective. Companies still hire, but they hire for outcomes, not for potential. In 2021, potential was enough. In 2026, potential is a risk, and risk costs money. That is why $200,000 feels harder now. The top end did not disappear. The filter got tighter. The market is not saying no. The market is saying prove it. Competition is the real story. You are not competing only with your city. You are competing with a global pool of talent that can ship. People who already did the thing you want to be hired to do. And the strongest candidates look boring on paper. Not flashy, just consistent. They have shipped systems. They have handled incidents. They have owned services. They know what breaks. They know what costs money. They know what executives care about. And this is the part nobody likes. If your plan is learn a stack and apply, you are not aiming at $200,000. You are aiming at entry level. And entry level is where the market is most crowded. So let's say it clearly. Junior reality in 2026 is brutal. Not because there are no jobs, because the ratio is ugly. Too many applicants, too little proof, too many portfolios that look identical, too many resumes that say the same thing. And recruiters can't tell who can actually deliver. If you want the $200,000 lane, you do not play the junior game for long. You move out of it fast, and you do that with one thing: evidence. Evidence beats credentials. Evidence beats motivation. Evidence beats I'm passionate. The market does not pay $200,000 for passion. It pays for reduced risk and delivered outcomes. Now, long-term outlook. Will $200,000 still exist as a target? Yes, but it will cluster around fewer roles. Roles that sit close to infrastructure, security, AI production, distributed systems, data platforms, and business-critical reliability. Roles where mistakes are expensive. Roles where a strong engineer saves the company more money than their salary. But the low-leverage roles will compress. Generalist work that is easy to replace will not justify $200,000. That does not mean the role is useless. It means it is priced differently. So what do you do if your goal is quick cash now and stability later? Here is the positioning strategy. You pick a lane that has money, and you build proof that you can operate inside it. Pick one: cloud and infrastructure with a reliability angle, security with a clear threat model angle, data engineering with production pipelines, AI engineering with deployment and monitoring, not prompt demos, or backend systems with performance and cost control. Then you build a small set of assets that look like real work, not huge projects, realistic projects: a service, a pipeline, a system, a model deployment, a monitoring dashboard, an incident write-up, a cost analysis, something that signals you understand operations, not just code. Next, you learn to speak in outcomes, not tasks, not tools. Outcomes: uptime, latency, cost per request, time to recovery, risk reduction, throughput, model drift, security surface area. These words make you sound expensive for a reason. They attach you to business pain. Now risk and resilience. If you chase $200,000 too early, you can waste years. If you try to force it without leverage, you burn out and you quit. Controlled risk means you build a base plan that still pays well, and you keep climbing toward the $200,000 lane with evidence. Here's a clean rule. If you cannot explain why your work saves or earns more than $200,000, you will not be paid $200,000. Not consistently, not sustainably. Final verdict. $200,000 in tech in 2026 is not dead, but it is not democratic. It is not a motivational poster. It is a market price for leverage. If you want quick cash, you aim at the highest paying lane that matches your current evidence. Then you build evidence that upgrades your price. If you want stability later, you avoid hype lanes and you attach yourself to systems that companies cannot afford to break. That is who gets $200,000. The ones who reduce risk, the ones who ship, the ones who can walk away, and the ones who can prove it.